Star Wars Outlaws. For anyone still on the fence or upset that it doesn't have the usual lightsabers and force powers, I'm here to tell you, get over it. This game brings something fresh and it's much needed in the Star Wars universe, and it's better for it. Now, I've been playing around for about 5, 6, 7 hours and I'm absolutely hooked. First off, the gameplay is top notch. You play Kay Vess, a scoundrel, and it feels just right. The action's smooth, it's fluid, it packs with variety. You're running heists, sneaking around enemies, blasting your way through intense shootouts. There's never a dull moment. The ability to choose your approach in the mission is a highlight as well. There's always multiple routes that you can take. Sneaking is expected in most cases, but if you do get caught, you can blast your way through.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bam, bam.
On top of that, there's the open world exploration, which is fantastic.
Look at this place.
It's not just massive for the sake of it either. The world's filled with things to do, and surprisingly, this being a Ubisoft game, there isn't actually towers that you need to climb to reveal the map. Every location's got its own vibe. The variety of activities makes each planet feel alive. There's enough here to keep you invested without overwhelming you with filler. Plus, Kay's companion Nix is more than just a cute sidekick. He plays a huge role in the puzzles and the combat, adding a layer of strategy that you might not expect. However, not everything is perfect. The reputation feels a bit shallow. Sure, it's cool that your decisions have an impact on the faction you choose, but overall the execution does feel a bit flat. It mostly surface level stuff that doesn't really change the way that you interact with the world in any meaningful way. It feels more like a missed opportunity, I think. They could have added more depth to the choices that you're making, or probably even switched up the endings accordingly. Let's talk about the forced stealth sections as well. Look, I'm all for sneaking around. I love my sneaking games. Big fan of Splinter Cell and Metal Gear Solid, but some of these sections do feel a bit restrictive. There's little room for creativity, and it can get frustrating when you're forced to tiptoe through missions that would have been better with like a stun blaster, just to give you that little bit more freedom. It can also be annoying to have to go back a couple of minutes to the checkpoint. You know, if you do get caught, if you die. And what's worse is that anyone that you've killed respawns. So if you've snuck your way into an Imperial base and then die, the guard is going to be standing right outside that door again. At least in Jedi Survivor, it did give you the personal decision if you wanted the enemies to respawn or not. So if you're not a fan of stealth gameplay, then these parts are probably going to be your least favourite. That being said, they are just small irritations. As for the story, this is where Outlaws really shines. It's set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. The game lets us explore the seedy underbelly of the galaxy. No Jedi or Sith drama, just criminals, bounty hunters and outcasts. And guess what? It's a good thing. It really is. Kay Vess is a character who feels real, scrappy and relatable. She's not out to save the galaxy, she's just out to survive it. Her interactions with NPCs and choices throughout the game give her the personality and depth that grows the more that you play. It's refreshing to see a story where the stakes are more personal, not just galactic. And it's these types of games that expand the universe rather than keeping it in that Jedi bubble. Walking around the bar looking for work gives you a deeper appreciation for that scene where Obi-Wan and Anakin are looking for Padme's assassin. It's because we always have stories about the Jedi. We become desensitized to their powers, yet they must have been terrifying to the regular population. And now being in them busy cantinas, knowing the Jedi are gone, really adds to that immersion. And then there's the world building. Ubisoft actually nailed it. You feel like you're in a Star Wars universe, but with a whole new perspective. The environments are rich with detail, from the bustling cities to the barren deserts and everything in between. The absence of the Force users means that we get to see more of the everyday struggles and the politics of the galaxy's criminal underworld. The game pulls off something that not enough Star Wars stories do. It focuses on the people who aren't wielding the lightsaber. Instead, we're seeing the consequences of the Empire's reach through the eyes of those fringes of society. It's dirty, it's gritty, it's grounded. Now, I know some of you are still salty because there are no lightsabers or no force powers. But come on, it's a strength, it's not a weakness. This game focuses on the Star Wars universe's criminal element, and it gives room to breathe. I mean, come on, who doesn't like deflecting blaster bolts or force choking people? To this day, I still wave my hand in front of the supermarket doors to open them. But there's so much more to this universe than space wizards. By stepping away from the Jedi narrative, Outlaws carves its own space and gives us a fresh look at what life is like for the rest of the galaxy. And honestly, it's about time. So anyone still holding on to that no lightsabers, no fun attitude, you're actually going to miss out. It's had a lot of bad reviews, and I don't understand why. It even does spaceflight better than Starfield. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's no Man's Sky impressive. You can't just hop into a ship and up you go. But there's no cutaway to static loading screens. It's all masked behind short, seamless animation. This game gives you the chance to experience Star Wars in a way that you don't often get to. It's a deep dive into the underworld, where it's about survival, strategy, and outsmarting your enemies. No force needed. Star Wars Outlaws is a bold, exciting entry into the Star Wars franchise. It embraces what makes the galaxy far, far away feel alive, whilst ditching the same old Jedi tropes. The gameplay's fun, the story's engaging, the world building is just what fans have been craving. Sure, the reputation system could have been deeper, the force stealth sections are annoying some players, but they're just small bumps in an otherwise stellar experience. So if you're still waiting for a game with lightsabers, maybe this one's not for you, but if you're ready to experience Star Wars in a whole new way, trust me, Outlaws delivers. And if you want to try something that's completely survival based, well, then you'll need to check out the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.